friend sent me a video the other day. One of the guys who was talking, he was talking about how even when his heart is not in it, he still needs to go through the motions for all the habits he wants to stay disciplined in. And for the first time in this gratitude journey that I've been on, um, I haven't felt that spirit and I've just had to go through the motions. And this was partly because of some setbacks I've had in the past few weeks. I'm proud that I went through the motions anyways, even though I was feeling kind of low, even though I was feeling kind of sad. I still express gratitude. The foundational, like the bare minimum gratitude that I try to express is every morning I'll write in my notes, thank you for another day. Because usually when I go to sleep at night, I ask life, like I ask the universe, I say, please let me wake up tomorrow. Give me another chance. Give me another chance to redeem myself. Give me another chance to make amends for my mistakes. Give me another chance to love myself, another chance to love others, forgive myself, forgive others. I just want another chance. Like I'm not done with life. I think for a long time I really romanticized this aspect of being totally detached from life. Like you can only find enlightenment when you're like not afraid to die. That's changed for me now. It's like I don't want to be detached from life. I'd rather be extremely attached to it. I really, really value my life and I really want to be here tomorrow and the day after and the day after that. And so this is like the minimal gratitude that I can express, that like, hey, life, I asked you for another day and I woke up and I got it. There's been a difference. There's been a real difference in these past 2 weeks because of these setbacks that I faced. This morning I woke up a bit more energized, a bit more positive. I was looking back at the past 2 weeks and I just kind of realized like I was a lot I was so kind to myself. Um I could have easily, like, it's day 75 right now and this probably happened around day 60, and I could have I could have just fallen back into my old ways and been like taking the 2 weeks of hard times and over extrapolated it and been like, oh, see, this is what it was. This is what you actually deserve all along. And all those other days that you had good times, like, oh, I'm sure you enjoyed it, but this is the reality of life. Like, I started to get really negative again, or I thought I would get really negative again, but I didn't. Instead, I was just really, really kind to myself. I was really forgiving to myself. I I was treating myself with like almost a parental love. Like, it's okay, don't worry, take what you need. Like, I understand you're not being productive right now. I understand that, like, you've been sitting on your bed for 3 4 hours and it's just been like you're just kind of like paralyzed in pain. I just accepted it and I was like, don't worry, like, we'll go to sleep tonight and hopefully we'll wake up tomorrow and we can try again. And that was so courageous. I don't think courage needs to be this big, like, wear it on my chest, like a huge courage doesn't need to be a huge gesture. Sometimes courage is just softly saying at the end of the night, it's okay, I'll try again tomorrow. Yeah, I'm addressing years of behavioral and thought patterns that have not had the best effect on my life. And so I just need to remember to be patient because, Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm not going to change overnight and I'm still going to have hard times. I'm still going to have setbacks. But I think through those setbacks, when I don't feel my heart in it, when I can't find the energy to be kind and to be grateful and to be loving and to be forgiving, I just have to go through the motions anyways. Even if my heart's not in it, I just need to go through the motions. Creating something always brings joy, I think. I haven't created enough to say that actually. But I'd like to think that that's the foundational principle behind creativity, is that the more energy you put into creativity, the more joy you're going to get. It's not about sitting there and ruminating over what you're going to create. It's just about starting the creative process. Because I think once you start creating, you find yourself completely in the present. And when you find yourself completely in the present, there's joy. There's a lot of joy and sadness too, actually. These 2 weeks where I've had some setbacks, I was sitting with a lot of feelings of sadness, a lot of feelings of remorse and regret, troubles, just generally sitting with tough feelings, rough feelings. And as I was sitting with them, the sad times were just reminding me of joy. Because I could only feel that sad and I can only feel that hurt if I've felt happy before, if I felt complete before. And it's kind of like this example of grief is love's receipt. When you have grief, it's kind of like a proof. It's like, here, look, I loved well, and this is the grief that I have now, because I loved well, I have this grief. So when you're dealing with these difficult emotions, the other side of that emotion is probably really beautiful, and you only know the difficult side of the emotion because you've felt the beautiful side of the emotion before. You can't have one without the other, right? There are two sides to the same coin. You feel the joy because you felt the sorrow, and you feel the sorrow because you felt the joy. They don't come by themselves, they come together.